Okay. Alrighty. Hello, hello. Um, let's see. Let's see. Let's go.
These are the meatballs you need to make this summer. So first we're gonna.
Ooh. We're going to do something, Darren. We're going to go on TikTok Live. There we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I know today probably feels like it's Tuesday, probably might feel like Monday because everybody's going back to work, at least here in Canada. It wasn't a long weekend in the States, that's for sure. Hang on. Need to get the lippy on. Can't do anything without the lipstick, right? So need to get the lippy on. My hair went I don't know, just did its thing. That's what my hair does. It does its thing. Excuse the apron. Here, I'll take this off. I have a lot. I've been wearing my apron lately quite a bit. How dare I? Wearing my apron quite a bit lately because I'm doing a lot of my art and working with Mod Podge and stuff like that. And so I didn't want to get anything on my clothes, and plus was making breakfast. But anyways, the reason but being somebody thought I went back to work at Starbucks. No, I did not go back to work at Starbucks. I just have a lot of aprons because I worked at Starbucks. So today's astrology, a wee bit tired. It's a lot of energy today, I feel. It's a real bumpy energy, I feel, with everything transpiring. Yesterday I was up quite late working on my snail mail for September and finishing off my snail mail for August. And so I have my last little ones going out today. So I can't. Yeah. So this is the envelope. I hand paint the envelopes, have it stamped. It's going out today, and with a lot of little goodies in that. So from today on, anybody who joins the snail mail, Letters from Mama G, will be in the September one and working in the September one. So yeah, so that's interesting. So today, let's look at the astrology for today, because the bumpy roads lead somewhere beautiful. And today would have been my father's birthday. My father was born in 1919. I think that's so incredible. In the Edwardian age, right? And it's amazing that generation. That generation saw a lot. I mean, my father was born when he was born. There was, of course, the train, the locomotive. It wasn't a diesel train; it was a steam train, and he came across Canada. Well, he didn't; he was in his mummy's belly, but my grandma's belly. But it was a different time, right? Totally different. There wasn't TV, there wasn't any Wi-Fi. There was the wireless, but not everybody had the wireless. And it was the end of World War One, and so a little bit crazier, a little bit different times, a different feel for those times. And so for me, today's a little bit more meaningful because it is my father's, what would have been my father's birthday. And he would have been over 100 years old. That's just even crazier to think of, you know. But today's astrology is wonky. It's not a bad wonky. I think I think it's like you got to hold on to your coffee while driving over a gravel road kind of wonky. I feel like it's because the moon is finishing off its journey, and it's in through Aries today, and a few degrees. It's making another aspect. It's squaring off to Mercury, sextiling over Mars. And personally, I can't wait till Mercury gets out of Cancer. It's been Even though Mercury's gone forward and it's not retrograde, just crazy little shit's been happening. And I'm a Cancer moon, a Cancer rising. So it just causes extra waves or extra things that I have to be doing. And Yeah, so it'll be nice. And now that the moon is finishing off and squaring over there, and it's sextiling over to Mars and quincunxing. Oh, quincunxes. Quincunxes are those other ones. I have quite a few in my chart. But quincunxes are like they're the picnic table that things are on and you don't know what to do with them, right? You have all these ideas and you're not sure what to do with them. And Venus is in Virgo, and she wants to organize the house. She wants to get things in order because she wants things to look good. I mean, she rules Taurus, right? And she rules Libra. So she wants things balanced and looking good. And so sometimes, how she wants to do it and putting things together can be a little bit challenging, shall we say. And then moving into Taurus, we have Chiron. Chiron's retrograde. And before the day is over, it forms a trine over to the south node, which is in Leo, and then sextiling to the north node, which is in Aquarius. Drama, 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 drama. You it's like it's almost where because of all of the energies that are coming in, especially for this year, it's like you just want to smooth things out a little bit, even though it's not a bad bump, but it's kind of like it's a crazy bump. And I feel like the first challenge comes with the moon squaring over to Mercury, and our emotions are coming up, and it's asking, what am I supposed to feel? What am I supposed to feel? Right? And who am I becoming? That's a question I think, when you're like 3 or let's go older than that. Let's go like 6 or 7, and it's summer. It's like, who am I going to be today? What am I going to do today? Your imagination is yours, right? And I feel like we get so many wonderful ideas, but we kibosh them, for whatever reason. We kibosh them because well, I can't do that, or I'm unable to that, or whatever our excuses are. We kibosh these beautiful ideas instead of leaning into them to say, okay, where's this going to lead me? I bet you have a drawer full, a stack full, a bureau full of ideas that you never acted on. And behind everyone is some kind of crazy excuse that you probably have. I know I do. And after all these questions, I mean, with the moon sextiling Mars in Gemini, Gemini's questioner, Gemini's going to ask all these questions. You don't have to solve the entire life today, right? Just take the next step. Mars in Gemini reminds us to take the action, often creates the clarity once you start doing it. It's like for me, I hold many different hats. I do readings, I do natal charts. But taking that step into doing the letters from Mama G was bringing back my creativity, bringing back something that, yeah, I can do this. I can actually create something on a daily basis, and it doesn't drain me, it doesn't overwhelm me. It allows me to get into the magical and the mystical, right? And then things start to clear up. And yesterday for me, because I use a process for um, collecting money and stuff. It's called the Square, and it works pretty good. But for the subscriptions, it wasn't working very well. It it got some people and it didn't get others, and it all had to do with how people entered their information. And if they missed a step, then they would pay only for, say, that month. They wouldn't be subscribed for the whole time. And the whole idea of having Letters from Mama G is to build a subscription and to build a community, and create a community to help people to come into the divine algorithm. That's what I'm calling it. And as you come into the divine algorithm, you're coming into a place where you are able to just breathe, right? With everything that is being bombarded upon us in so many different ways. And it's $12 Canadian. So it's reasonable. It's covering basically my postage. for things, but it's something that's stepping into it. So, anyways, I found it. Um, uh, I guess it's an app or a program called Post House. Post House is it's made for people who do snail mail, and it captures the people information and uses Stripe. And I already use Stripe for other things, so I thought, oh, this is absolutely fabulous, and it gave me a landing page, which is another thing that is quite wow, to say. Me and making landing pages and web pages are not exactly my forte, just saying. So I get this energy. I mean, I like Mars and Gemini. Mars and Gemini gets things going, gets things gives you that creative juices, gets you really looking at being productive, right? And this is where, how do I actually make my life feel better? How do I like, to make my life be productive? Not someday, not when everything is perfect. And if you're waiting for everything to be perfect, I'm sorry, you're on the wrong planet, as it never will be. It's now. And maybe it's cleaning up your schedule. Maybe it's setting up boundaries that need to be set up, right? Maybe it's starting that creative project that you've been talking yourself out of, right? You probably have some wonderful ideas, but you talk yourself out of saying, maybe later, or not right now. Oh, I'm waiting for this divine timing. No, no, no. Start doing it. Start executing. Start doing one step towards it, whatever that is, right? It could be starting to, think of an idea, think of a name. Maybe you already have a name for a new company, or you have a new concept for a company. Maybe it's just picking up the camera and filming yourself to do it, right? Or watching a video on how to start your YouTube station or whatever it is, but it's getting off your backside and doing it. And that's a key process to this all, right? And that's where I feel like we all have to start doing it. It's like the whole day has been stirring the pot until suddenly something clicks and something lands, and you realize what matters and you realize what doesn't. And that's what this energy is today. You realize maybe you haven't been on the wrong path, right? And you've been trying to find the right rhythm. And sometimes that can be difficult, trying to find that rhythm, trying to find that way of doing something. But the sun continues moving through Leo and is getting closer to a beautiful trine with Saturn in Aries. And this is serious build for your future. Saturn loves to have things organized, wants things to look good, right? And it's asking for you to make a commitment. It's asking you to choose yourself, start something, take yourself seriously. And Jupiter in Leo is still helping us dream bigger, while Mars in Gemini keeps us experimenting, getting curious, looking at things, asking questions, staying mentally engaged. And is it messy? Hell yeah, it's messy. But it's through that mess that you are creating something and finding something. And messy doesn't mean it's wrong, right? And Mercury is still moving through the post retrograde. Well, trust me, I'm feeling that. So don't let your every emotion, thought become a permanent truth. Feel the feelings, but don't let them write your story. Instead, get back to the basics. What excites you? What gives you energy? Who brings peace into your life? What drains you? Right? And today's energy says to identify it. Look at the things. What is draining you? It could be that person that you're constantly giving to, you're constantly calling, but they never call you back, right? Or it could be the job that you're going to and your heart isn't into it. So it's like, okay, what can I start doing to change things up and change my attitude towards this job and change my attitude towards what it is that I want to do? It's saying to take a step into doing something that you feel a calling to, and bringing in that positiveness. And one little thing I also noticed with Venus beginning to separate from the sun into one of those subtle tension building aspects that eventually lead towards the next Venus retrograde, which is, a few months from now. It's in October. But it's the relationship, it's the money, it's the value, it's the creative projects. All of these areas are quietly asking for adjustment, not panic. So look at what needs to be adjusted. Look at where your values are and what you truly value in your world at this time, right? And that's so, so important. And being honest, not to panic. Don't panic about this, right? Don't panic. I feel it's like the emperor keeps coming up, and I know he showed up the other day. And it's it tells me that spirit is repeating the lesson. Standing in your power. Lead your own life. That's so important. Don't let emotions drive the entire vehicle. Because when we do that, you go all over the place. And with the magician, it's like, which is another major arcana, it allows us to remind us that we are already have what we need. We have everything. We just have to take the action. We just have to move forward. Everything is within us. And I know many times we'll think to ourselves, well, no, I don't. I only have $1 in my bank account. No, I don't. I don't have this and I don't have that. Well, you can list down everything that you don't have. So start a list of the things that you do have. And that's how to keep driving your spiritual vehicle forward. That's where the energy begins, even if the road is a little bumpy. You're still heading in the right direction. And before I go, I'm already working on the September letter, as I told you. And link is in the bio. And I'm having so much fun in doing these letters. And I want you to join my community. It's $12 a month. It is something that I feel is magical and whimsy, and bringing back the alchemy and the balance within our lives, allowing us to take that little time out of it. I also get my husband, who is from Trinidad. He does the recipes, and then I write them up. So bringing in some recipe cards, bringing in something that is really magical. That's him in the background talking right now. So, what drains you? What do you feel that you want to start, but it's really, taking a lot out of you? And comment below, right? Let me know what that is. And I'm going to send you guys off with so much love today. And definitely take a look at my letters from Mama G. And if you're wanting to receive a letter from me in your mailbox through the snail mail, let me know, and we will talk to you soon. All right. Have a blessed day, everybody. May the Lord and Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you in all you say and all you be and all you do. Bye-bye. And thank you so much for joining me. Bye-bye.
What's wrong with your foot? You cut your foot?
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
I was